Welcome in, everyone. What is that noise? Where is that coming from? Oh, that makes sense. That lovely deep bass noise you heard there was the sound of my immersion circulator running and vibrating this tub over here directly above my mic, or directly below my mic. We'll disable that mic for now. Hello everyone, happy Sunday, welcome in. Hopefully you have had a great weekend. Let me know about it. Let's make some coffee. Had the beef in the immersion circulator all day. The beef that I had prepared on last stream and had dry brining or cured or dry rubbed. Meat has been drying out in the fridge. Put it in a bag this morning and threw it in here and turned it on. And it's been going ever since. It's been in there just under 7 hours at this point. And I'm going for 8. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. I'm going to be taking it out of there after that, letting it just sit out here for a little bit, come relatively closer to room temp, and then we're going to blast it in the oven along with making rolls. Us going to be doing my version of cream corn. Like there's cream corn and I've made canned cream corn on the stream. This is my version of cream corn, which actually uses cream. Well, dairy at least. Cook some carrots. What else we got planned for tonight? Corn, carrots, rolls, taters, mashed taters. So strap in. It's gonna be a delicious dinner. I've even got boxed wine. Oh, hush. I have been utterly frustrated since the last stream, dealing with coding stuff and just up against an absolute wall with Discord stuff. Like, I just cannot get this thing to properly connect to Discord or do anything. Rest of the bots looking pretty good, and I'm almost like, let's figure Discord out later. I'm that close. Please shut off. There we go. We need some sugar in you. Because you are what you eat, and I'm sweet. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I hope you've had a lovely weekend, enjoying your start to your holiday break. Hope you enjoy your holiday if you're celebrating Christmas or any of the other mini holidays around the same time period. Cheers. Hi, Hud. How you been? Hopefully well. Where do we start with stuff? We definitely got to wait on this, though. Let's get some rolls going. Welcome, Will. Also, hello to JK, Nan Reader, and where was the third one I missed? Ozzy. Hi, Ozzy. Lots of check-ins early. So touch a half and half with our warm water for our yeasties. I'm just doing my typical 4 dinner roll recipe for tonight. Oh, I forgot. Did I turn on? I did not. I forgot to turn on recording back here, chat. We're going to turn on recording real quick before we get too deep into the stream. It's going to take me a moment here to get OBS going here. Okay. Nice one, Will. .1 Celsius. For all of beef's greatest hits. Coffee. Look at what? Chicken butt. I'm gonna call that yeast alive. We know this yeast is alive anyways. Yeah, you've been following me almost the whole time I've been on Twitch. Which was, well, we're now 4.5 years on Twitch. About. Another year and before that on Mixer. Need this, but this is a bit dry, so I'm gonna get the AP flour out to do some dusting. Use the flour and other dough to sort of help work off the rest of it. Yeah, there was definitely a big push there, along with Mixer died, and then there was the pandemic rush, both of streamers and of viewers. Now I think we're seeing some people return with the people worrying TikTok's gonna die, and Twitter's a cesspool, and I'm okay with that for our first proof. And clean up the bowl and use the same one I mixed it up in to proof it in. Let's be real though, TikTok isn't gonna die. We'll either have... Well, there's a possibility TikTok could die, but the options for people that make TikTok content are not dying. And let's also face the fact that TikTok's creator program was a bit of a farce. I lied, I want to let that bowl dry, so I'm grabbing another one. Olive oil. I have an account. I don't have the app on my phone. I don't really ever. At most, there's some article or something I read or someone I know linked something. My social media presence outside of what I do for streaming, though, is rather minimal. We got that set. What's next on our list? What's next on the list? What are we doing tonight? I guess we can prep our taters, but that's not going to take much work. It's a type of tomato, or a variety of tomato. They are typically used for sauce. It's also the name of a sauce, which, you know, probably doesn't confuse things any more at all, does it? Hey, head of broccoli. Chopping up potatoes for mashed potatoes. We've got roll dough proofing. We've got our rib roast, or whatever you want to call it, in the immersion circulator behind me here. I'm going to cover these in water. I really was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking with the timing for tonight. Because, like, I obviously need to let the beef go a little bit longer if I'm going to do 8 hours on it, which 8 hours is sort of conservative when it comes to these recipes. Typically, for prime rib roast, it's more like 16, 24 hours. But we also did the dry brine, and it's going to be delicious. So we're going to give it a roast after it does that, but we've got to wait a little bit longer. And that timing is like, I didn't plan, like, I was sitting here thinking, okay, I can do the cream corn while it's resting. Maybe I should have thrown it in there an hour earlier, huh, Chad? And that's, my mic is picking that up nice. I'm shocked that mic is doing that well. I'm speaking of the one that I muted at the beginning of stream because it is very much picking up the immersion circulator when I'm not talking. I'm gonna give everyone a little bass thump here. Let's see here. I guess we'll go ahead with the corn since we're there. Oh, we can prep the carrots too, but that's not. Actually, there's a couple of things now that I can sit here and think about it. There's a couple of things we can do. How do we want to do carrots? I was sort of thinking, I still am sort of thinking that I'm gonna do glazed chopped carrots. Nice broccoli. Good broccoli. Wish I could put like a... Well, I could, but... Put like a marker where... Show chat where it grows. I'll type the same type of red. I did try and get the more colorful bunch of colorful carrots, but it looks like I only got 3 varieties still. Ooh, good rubber band. I gotta clean out my rubber band bowl. Ooh. Was it from Roy? I say that not because Roy is the name. It's the name in San Francisco to my mind. So, I mean, if you're not in San Francisco, it's... Hi, Cosmic. We're going to go ahead and save these last 2 for some other project in the future. Yeah, that's, as far as I know, a much lighter, like, it's still a fruitcake, but it's a much lighter version of it. It's like if you mixed a fruitcake with an angel food cake, but it's not that light. Nice. Nice. I don't know if I've ever had a good one, so I don't really want to comment on being very specific about it. Pretty sure there was one at one party I went to, but for a while there, I think Roy's was sort of one of those things that people were busting down doors for here in the San Francisco area. I don't really know anymore. But, like, it was one of those things that, you know, you saw everyone posting that they got that one on social media, sort of a thing. No, that's a... Yeah. I guess I'm sort of glad that's a YouTube dad joke. Chat, article I read today got me wondering if I need to be multi-streaming on Rumble too. Rumble been making moves lately. Like I said before, I still sort of feel like Rumble is right there with Kick. It's the streaming alternative for people that got kicked off of YouTube or Twitch, but welcome, Splits. Rib roast is an immersion circulator back here. You can see it down there, right by the knife. It has been in there over 7 hours at 133 degrees. Kick is mostly gambling. Like, they have gamers and they're trying to push that they're a gaming site, but the people they're sponsoring are all addicts. Aside from, what's his name, the chess master. Don't want to cook the carrots just yet. I'm leaving the skins on them. If not evident from leaving them like that. Just throw them in another aluminum bowl. We need onion for our roast, and for maybe our let's work on our sauce next. Let's make a base for our sauce. I'm gonna use some beef bouillon for that. We're gonna need some onion in that, or we're gonna need some onion for our corn. We need some onion for the way I'm gonna be roasting the rib roast. I don't want it, I would normally want a rack, and I want to create some airspace underneath it, but it's going to have enough already from the bones anyways. But anyways, I want to elevate it from being directly against the metal pan it's on, and so I'm going to thick cut some slices of onion and use those as sort of like moving pucks or pucks to hold it up off of the ground, because I don't have I'm going to use a half hotel pan for roasting this, or for reverse searing it, and I don't have a good like rack for a half hotel pan. I've got a couple of racks, but they're larger. They're for half hotel pans, or for half sheet pans. Quarter sheet pans? Yeah, quarter sheet pans. And Rumble seems much the same way too. With someone just mentioned, it's mostly gamers. Rumble seems mostly gamers and IRL / talking. It's so strange that that's the thing here in the US. with all of our streaming and everything. Like you see it's not a joke, it's not fake that you see those photos. I don't know if everyone sees them or just me, but of streamers in places like China where they'll be out in random street corners because that's where their metrics work best. Like, the market for selling things as a streamer internationally is huge. The equivalent of, streaming, QVC of streaming. So I'm looking to just cut this into 4. That's the other thing that I think is actually propelling Rumble right now. Like, Twitch has got this whole... Like, basically the only name in news and politics on Twitch is Hassan. And I certainly don't agree with everything Hassan says. And he has certainly gotten himself into all sorts of trouble with Palestinians and Israelis and his opinions on that whole conflict. To the point that it's quite hilariously, it's been pointed out that he can't take photos in front of sponsor walls and stuff like that right now. And it's sort of like Twitch, I think Twitch actually, it doesn't probably want to. I don't know. But I think the best action for Twitch right now would be to expand its political. Add a bunch of names that are against it. Because right now that is Rumble. That's what they're making their name is. They're making names with the new presidential team coming in and things like that. So these are going to be our pucks holding our roast up in the oven. And this is going to be for with our corn. That said, I don't hate Hassan. I just don't agree with everything he says. Like, I actually sort of like watching Hassan because, like, he hits a lot of bases that I know of. Versus... Rather, I'm putting that wrong. A lot of demographics that, you can sort of see what those demographics want. I don't know, I'm talking myself into a corner here. Hence why I'm not a political commentator. Nice. How you doing your duck? I think we talked about this the other day. Do you have to slap a duck before you roast it? Or is that only for beef? Absolutely, Champagne. He's just the loudest name on the platform. We're about to go into an ad here. You're not going to miss anything. We're just going to be setting up a few more other things here. Oh, it's still got... Why do they give me so much of a... I have Twitch's dashboard open, which is why I knew from the warning, but they gave me a 2-minute warning. Like, in the world of streaming, 2 minutes is an eternity. Nice head of broccoli. Yeah, that's, you gotta get the air into that skin. I like that you're bricking it too. That's my approach too. I'm not a big fan of the whole cross marks, cross hatching, or anything like that into the fat. It can be done nicely, especially if it's in like a fine dining establishment. But for anyone that's out there that's just looking to roast a duck, it's probably horrible advice. Because it's one of those things that you're doing to look ornate and fancy, and it's probably, like, it just ends up looking worse for a lot of people that aren't gonna sit there and fuss over it. That way I can use this for sauce afterward. But we're gonna make the base sauce to this. Go ahead and preheat our oven. 400. The plan is going to be put the 4 rolls and the roast in there for 20 minutes at 400. There's our ads going. And then letting it sit for that 20 minutes, we'll pull the rolls out. The rolls will be done at that point, but the roast will hopefully be nicely back up the temp from sitting here and resting for a couple of minutes. And we'll start to get a nice sear on it. We'll pull the rolls out and we'll turn that back into the broiler. So switching from the oven to the broiler and going from 400 to 525. And see how long it takes us to get that nice and golden delicious on top. There is not, like, I have had rib roasts and dealt with rib roasts with considerably more fat on the cap. This one's a little lighter on the actual fat cap, whereas it's got more marbling, which is why I picked it. The eye of it's actually got some really nice marbling. eye is not the proper term, but the solid piece of muscle through it got some really nice marbling. And so I am slightly concerned with the roasting. Like, that fat on the outside really helps and really gets that nice coloring. Yeah, I'm shooting for flavor over appearance is basically what I'm telling you, chat. But that doesn't matter when all you get to see is the visuals. I'm just waiting on the ads to wrap up here before we get another 30 seconds or so. And we'll get going on the base to our gravy, or the base to our au jus. Nice champagne. I'm giving it another 7 seconds because that's what Twitch is telling me, and not everyone gets served the same thing. Okay. Over the stove here, we'll get started with our au jus base, or our gravy base. And that's going to start with a couple of cups of water here. Reuse the same measuring glass I used for the yeasties. Give that 2 cups of water. I'm gonna start heating that up. We do want to have this come to a boil with the flavorings in there. I'm moving it back because I don't want the handle directly under the flame. It's not as good for the camera, but it's better for the pan. And now I get to find, where is the beef one? Where is my beef bouillon? Oh, it's right here. Pretty sure I didn't use it up. Oh, there it is. We found it, folks. It was buried in back. Streamer won't melt family hand-me-downs that, while I regularly use them and work them, would like to continue to work and use them. How you doing, Alex? Hopefully well. We're gonna put this with the other bouillon so I know where it's at this time. Even though there isn't really room for it there. And bouillon. That's the first contribution to that. Let that melt on camera while I get our second one. I'm adding more Vegemite than I did bouillon. Nice broccoli. Nice. I'm just very angry at Discord myself. And actually, it's not even really Discord's fault. Well, it's partly Discord's fault. But that's because Discord's like Discord. And have a gazillion settings. And security settings. And no salt. We'll add some pepper and MSG in there, though. Soy and Worcestershire to make sure we cover all of our umami bases. Make sure this comes up to a full high heat rolling boil so that water gets to know everything that's in there. And then we'll return to that when it comes to making gravy when our roast comes out of the oven. For anyone curious, this is what the roast looked like when it went into the drink. When I put it in a bag and then threw it into the... But as you can see, a fair amount of decent marbling in there, but sort of light on the top. Also sort of light, this is sort of light too. This can be a big... So we're now boiling over here, so we're going to turn that off. Set that on the back burner, so to say. Move the taters over there. We'll start the potatoes and the roast comes out. How much longer we got on this timer? Another 12 minutes. So we'll get started on our corn. Well, no, let's wait until that comes out. I think people are just introduced to Vegemite wrong. Like, just tell them it's concentrated. Just tell them it's like bouillon. It's just like concentrated stock flavor, but it's vegetarian. Well, yeah, vegetarian, not vegan. And depending on the vegan, it's vegan too, but... silly memes. What we can do is this bread. This bread is ready to go. Let's do our punch down here. Are you saying your guessing skills are gassed? You don't want to allow your dough to get this dry, by the way. This is not desirable. This is not how I want this, but we're rolling with it. It's not going to kill things, especially since it gets pushed into the center. Are you saying I should add more 4-letter ones back in? Because that would be an easy way to expand the list. It's actually perfect. The warmth of the immersion circulator is gonna keep them going. Keep them nice and toasty. I say that when we have to pull the roast out here in a couple of minutes. Yeah, another 5 minutes. Welcome, El Capitano. I'm doing great. I'm doing the equivalent of my Christmas dinner or my holiday dinner tonight. We're doing a rib roast with all the fixins. We got our pan ready for our rib to come out. We got our carrots. We got everything. Pizza. I was actually just thinking earlier that it's been a minute since I made a pizza. Nice. Yeah, it hasn't been roasting hot here lately. Well, it's wintertime. It's not supposed to be roasting hot, but... Good question, Marauder. We're gonna need somewhere else for this roast to be initially. We're gonna pull it out of in the bag, and then we have to pull it out of the bag, so that is where it's gonna start. Another spelling of it, I believe. Or was that the one? There was one that I think I said I thought was vanilla, and it turned out to be something completely different. Is that the same? I don't know. El Pastor. Pineapple. It's been a minute since I've done tacos too. Like, I haven't done tacos since I started doing... I don't think I have. I don't think I've done tacos since we started the Monday recipes thing. Which, speaking of that, I gotta add some more to that to the list. I've done flatbreads that I sort of treated as tacos. But yeah, it's been a minute since I did, like, actual tacos, I think. Both tacos and pizza. We'll have to hit those up in the new year. Right off the bat. Fry bread tacos are on my list too. Like, it's been a minute since I've done those, too. Like, a minute by, like, a couple of years. At least 6 months with my memory. And that is our timer, our immersion circulator. That means that has been in there for 8 hours at this point. Let's see if we can sneak you out here. Nope, you need to go out the other door. Yep, they're for dinner rolls. Do I want to go straight over there? No, we want to draw you off if we can. I need more paper towels. Ugh. Paper towels is apparently a project because I like stacking things in my way. Hey, chat, catch. Oh, hey, you weren't even looking. What are you doing looking over there, chat? I'm over here. Over here. Spinach is delicious. I think it's among the best flavored greens available. It's just a pain in the butt because of how dirty it is typically. Well, they're getting a lot better at that with machine processing, but for a long time, like, they'd advertise it as triple washed and you gotta triple wash it after. Alright, so this is actually sort of weird working with this. This is perfectly cooked at this point. Like, I could pull those bones out if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Like, even the frozen brick spinach isn't that bad if you're not worried about having nice leaves or... Nice broccoli. Always good to get that confirmation that that meal you worked so hard on was delicious. Okay, so now that is going on the onions over here. I'm trying to make sure that it's resting on the onions too. There we go, that's gonna hang out like that for a little bit. Oh, hi Cardle. You snuck in there, I didn't see you join in chat. Hopefully you're having a lovely weekend. Have a lovely week planned for you. I thought I stopped you, but that didn't stop. I think we're on to making our cream spinach while this chills for a bit. We're going to go back over the stove here and we're going to start cooking some onion. Oh yeah, my sleep schedule, I've been like up to like 2 a.m. lately. Like I crashed a little bit earlier last night, but yeah, I need to get into bed earlier than I have been. Not so much. Not so much. It is that time of year though, isn't it? I've never been like, what's in that gift? I gotta know. Like, my name's on it. I'm gonna get it eventually. I don't know, maybe I'm just too easygoing for most people. Alright, now we got a decently hot pan going here. Let's throw some onions in. Turn the sizzle back on since the immersion circulator's off. Salt. Iron Chef Japan is a solid choice. But I would have to say, one, there's a reason why Emerald was such a big name. It wasn't entirely marketing. He did have a great show, even though it's very much dated these days, and you go back to watch it. It's same thing with what I would say is probably, well, I would put all three of these in sort of the same area. Iron Chef Japan, Emerald, and the late great Julia Child. There's been some other ones that were great back in the day that I don't think many people remember as much. Galloping Gourmet was a huge name. Two Hot Tamales, and what was the Two Fat Grandmas or something like that? There was a they used to do all really old school, old world cooking, English food. We're gonna go ahead and turn our taters on to start cooking for our mashed potatoes. Yep. I think Mario Batali, regardless of him as an individual, his show was amazing. I think it introduced a lot of people to the idea of regional Italian cuisine when before that a lot of people just thought of Italian food as Italian food. Gotta open a new thing of butter here, so we're turning the flame way down on those onions. Nice, Marauder. He also, still talking about Emerald, absolutely taught a legion of chefs. Like, he made his name at Commander's Palace. Like, anyone who becomes head chef at Commander's Palace in the chef world is a name. And he took that and not only build up their team, But he then built up his own team in the same regional area. And I have met so many and talked with so many people that have worked with his kitchens. Like, he has trained so many people in this industry. Better or worse of your opinions on that, it is true, in my opinion. So we got some butter in there. Flame back on. Flour to make a roux. I have not watched The Bear. I've seen a few clips. I'm not a fan of watching a lot of food movies and television. They're getting better about being accurate about it, but it may be a generational thing where Bobby Flay sort of came in after, but I have never really been a huge fan of Bobby Flay. Like, I have respect for him staying in the game and doing that and making some very delicious food. But he very much had the title and very much rode the title in my mind of Squirt Bottle Chef. Let's make 101 different sauces and put them in bottles so I can make cute squiggles and spray it all over the plate. It looks gorgeous. It works great for videos and photos, especially when we didn't have as high a resolution as we do now. Adding some water and some dairy in here now. Half cup of water to briefly bring the temp down so that we don't immediately break our cream. Half and half. Turn the temp down on that a bit, just to light boil temp. Squirt bottles also don't work for home food. They're great for, well, if you're doing a party. But, I mean, if you're doing for 3-4 people, you don't need a squirt bottle of sauce. I mean, unless you're doing, like, barbecue or something. Like, excessive. And I don't know how I got this far without talking about Bourdain. He never claimed to be an amazing chef and never really worked anywhere that was outstanding. I'm adding the butter and drippings and everything from our beef in with the gravy sauce. Gravy, au jus, whatever. To this, we're going to add a bunch of, let's do white pepper. Let's do white pepper. His last few there were mustard powder. The garlic. A little onion. Yeah, Bourdain is sort of a rough one. I had such an appreciation for him and his work. I have read a good portion of his books, culinary and not culinary. I watched a fair amount of his videos, and his suicide really hit me. And I very much have not watched hardly anything of his since, unfortunately. What is this creamy concoction? This is going to be my creamed corn using actual cream, some onions. We got some other light seasonings there in the background. We're still heating this through with the roux, thickening it up. And then we gotta add the corn, which I'm not adding all of the corn. We're gonna start off with about that much, about 20% of the bag. That's gonna cool down the sauce, but we need to bring all this up to a boil together, so that doesn't really matter too much. Cooling it down is going to thicken it up more, so it should thin back down before it thickens completely. Or maybe it'll just stay thick as it both warms up and thickens. Taters are boiling. We'll turn that flame down a bit. Uh-oh. Got a sniper in here. Oh, I got it, broccoli. I didn't realize that right off. It's give, not add. Ad's the mod one for giving someone sprinkles, creating them out of thin air. Thank you for the sub. appreciate that. The bot hasn't apparently processed it. That or overlays are not working tonight? What's going on here? Are you connected to the overlays program? It says you are. Much appreciate the subscription. I'm working on my bot and all that stuff, and I've been working on it for a while now. Hopefully we'll get there sometime soon. So we need to bring this up to heat together. We'll bring that, get this all bubbly again. And we're gonna blend that. Have a great one, Hud. Thank you for stopping in. Hi, Blue Moon. Okay, we have gotten to getting to the point where I want to throw the rolls in. I don't know if we're gonna need that one. We're gonna give it to it. We're gonna give it to it. Rolls are ready to go. That's ready to go. We need an egg wash. Our rolls have poofed a little, so we'll give these an egg wash now. Not throwing any dairy in the egg wash, I'm just roughing it tonight. We're just doing egg. Salt over the top. That's come to a boil, so I'm cutting the heat off on the corn now. We're gonna throw both the beef and the rolls into this oven. (133 degrees Fahrenheit) for 8 hours before I do this. It's now in 400 degree oven with a 20-minute timer on it. Had to reposition my hand on the pan. I didn't have a good pinky grip. It's all about that pinky grip with the twist, holding the angle of the pan. It's all in the pinky. So that's going for a spin together. We'll mute for that. Okay, so that's now nicely blended, smooth, hopefully. And let's just do it back into the pan. Let's do it into a pot, not into that pan. Okay, I guess we'll switch to a ladle. This is taking forever. Ladle is the true way to strain anything, chat, if you were unaware. This is all delicious. I could leave that in there, but I don't want the stringy, half-blended pieces of corn in there. So we're straining all of that out. And tapped out the sauce off of the bottom here. Make make sure we get the last little bit of that. So now we got a nice smooth sauce base for our creamed corn. And into that, we'll throw the rest of our corn. Still getting stuck in the corners here. We'll warm that back up together. And as soon as that comes to a boil, that should be set to serve. You don't necessarily want to serve it as a boil, you just want to bring it up to a boil and have it warm, sort of like you're serving soup. So that's good back there. These are good here. Let's give those a strain. Melting some butter in the pan for our taters. I think I need a drink, chat. Thank you, Suki. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I don't know what you celebrate, so. Do I leave it there, chat? That's a dangerous place to leave a bottle, like a box of wine. Actually, it's not a horrible one. I take that back. That pours quick. Back up here, have it dribble down into the sugar pan if it's gonna drip. We got warehouse store boxed wine. Cab Sav, California title. And it's got a year vintage, it's got a vintage even. I'm okay with that. We'll see if it grows on me. It's not really exciting me though, but it's box wine too. Got another 8 minutes on our rolls. Let's take a look at that beef. It's looking like beef. It's smelling like beef too. Red breathing is, if you're doing an old legit wine, sure, breathing is gonna, but a newer wine, supermarket wines, it's not gonna be as beneficial in opening up in many cases. And I can already tell you, this is a blend that's been modified. There's certain flavors out there in the wine world that's what's sort of turning me off of this, not that it hasn't opened up. That sip was much more pleasant though. This is also not, most cabs I probably wouldn't want to open up in that sense either. It's also typically for your heavier wines too, that you want to let them air. Your spicy, heavy Italians and stuff like that. Moving the potatoes off of the burner here for the moment because I need room. To cook carrots. I thought about doing the bacon wrapped carrots. I'm torn on bacon wrapped carrots. They're gorgeous looking if you serve them, you know, nicely wrapped, all tightly bound against the carrots. But I think it's sort of like a turducken situation where you're not really honoring the bacon and you're not really honoring the carrot. I like Cab Francs. They aren't very commonly made here in the States, though. For a moment. Still not enough there. Why are you so hot? Oh, I've got you on hot. That's why you're so hot. Okay. Lid back on that. Set you back there to stay nice and warm. We are done drying you off. And set you on top of there to start warming you up. We can get rid of this pan so we can start warming up our creamed corn. Full flame going under that now. We want that nice and hot to throw into the pan when the beef does come out. But our rolls are about to come out. Broilers, the oven is now switched to being a broiler. Thanks, Blue Moon. A little lighter colored tonight. The beef probably acted as a little bit of a heat sink. Probably didn't get quite the initial shock on them as I normally do. For our carrots, we'll make sure and give these a nice turnaround here. We're going to add a bit of our beef in here. A little steam action. little honey action if the honey wants to cooperate and actually flow for me. A little squirt of lemon juice. Salt. Looking back here, we're doing okay there. How we looking down here? We're getting there. Carrots are done, heat's off on that. Well, they need to sit for a second more, but the carryover is going to finish those. We need more of a flame underneath this in the back. That's starting to look nice. Here it comes, chat. Here is the beef. Lifted that thing up and out of there. And this all gets mixed with the good stuff on the stove here. I'm doing this wrong. Oopsies. Dropped the spoon in the sauce. Spoon infused sauce. We nearly need something that can get that good stuff off the bottom anyways. Do I have a cup going already? We're gonna hit this with a little bit of cornstarch. It's still a bit thin. That was all the cornstarch I had in the cup, though. Guess we'll do a little more cornstarch. Welcome back, Ozzy. Oh, I threw it down there. I was like, what did I do with the cup? Where's the starch cup? Lovely. That does that earbud in for the night. Maybe forever. Earbud went in the sink. There was water in the sink. That's where I'll go with the gravy. Yeah, roux base doesn't work for me for gravies. Like, if you're making a sauce, awesome. But if you're gravies, no bueno on gravies. Gravies need to be quicker. Because this was a roux, I then need to sit here and boil this for another 20 minutes or so in order to... There's a very distinct raw flour flavor. Once you learn it, you'll taste it all over the place. But there's a very distinctive raw flour flavor to roux that have not been fully cooked out. How we doing here? This isn't quite all cooked through yet. You were boiling, but you're still not all the way cooked through. I think we're ready to start making plates here and cutting meat maybe. We need to let this sit for maybe one more moment. By the way, chat, don't do this to your hotel pans if you care about your hotel pans. This, especially if you don't have a properly calibrated stove, several things, is a great way to permanently mark up, permanently scorch, disfigure from heating, expansion, and contraction. Hotel pans are not meant to go on a direct flame, even though it's probably the best way to make the gravy. I don't know why I transferred that to another hotel pan when we need to cut this beautiful thing. Chat, what side do you show off? Do you show off the side that we didn't really, they got proper cooking but didn't really get direct heat, so it didn't get all the caramelization? Or we show the rosy interior? We got a nice crust going here otherwise. You can see what I mean by what I was saying when that fat cap is pretty small. It all scrunched up to a little like 2-inch strip here versus what it was originally. Deal with you with cleanup. Oh, hey, we gotta turn you on first. Okay, camera. I don't have recordings, but thank you for reminding me to back them up. Nice head of broccoli. Where's our bones? That looks like a very convenient place to cut it in the first place. So I think we're going to go with cutting it right here. You ready for this, chat? You watching? We spent some time cooking this. We're hoping that it's going to be delicious looking in the center here. choices, choices, choices. Got our cream corn on there now. And final addition. Do we go with this side or this side? I think I'm going with this side. Show the inside. Okay, I can be convinced. What do I got that I can still use to mix with this? I need to mix some of the gravy got a little bit of skin while I was doing the rest, so we need to mix that back in. Cheers, chat. Happy holiday to all of you, no matter what holiday you may be celebrating this lovely time of year. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Cheers. Give chat a lovely look at what we got going on here. We got to do that full screen so that YouTube picks this up. There we go, chat. How does that look? That looks like a great roast, doesn't it? I think that turned out great. All right, let's see here. But I do think that is where I am going to be leaving things for this lovely evening. I will be back here tomorrow night. Yep, that's right. I have all this beautiful prime rib, and I'm still gonna come back here and stream tomorrow night. We're making a chicken and mushroom ragu with spinach and coating it with puff pastry top. Check into the Discord if you'd like the recipe for yourself. Gonna be back on Wednesday, the 25th, on the Great Merry Christmas as well, doing our ingredient challenge for the week. Right now, it's looking like it's got it. It's looking like it's gonna be pancake syrup. Possibility port wine could rally and come back, but it needs a lot of votes to do that, folks. So I think we're probably gonna be doing pancake syrup on Christmas for our ingredient challenge. I hope you come to join me for that. Thank you for joining me tonight. I've had a lovely time making this. I'm looking so forward to this dinner. I hope you have an amazing holiday one last time, and good night.